I don't exactly make it a secret that there's a lot of stuff about our country that I just do not understand. And if there's something that has been catching my interest in recent years, I want to say for the past 5, 6 years, it's becoming particularly bad. It's when you have to call a certain place, say the customer service for a big company of any sort, you run into the same kind of associate, an associate that you can associate as not being close by. In other words, how our labor is being outsourced, essentially. I especially hate that happens because you can tell me that I'm saving money on my, say, cell phone bill because the customer service is outsourced. But I just think it's weird that companies don't want to spend on labor for US citizens and they would rather buy labor from somewhere else as opposed to investing in the very people they want to have as customers. So, like, take me, an American citizen, and I need products and services from here. But I can't do that because someone may pass on me and my labor because as a citizen, I'm more expensive than someone offshore. How about if you just tell it like it is? Tell us that you have a shit business, that you're terrible at managing money, and that's why you cannot afford to hire Americans. Because it is crazy to me that I have to be escalated so many times when I call customer service because the first person who answers me is not equipped to handle me because they don't understand me. And online, there is evidence that this isn't happening to just me. Even at my job, when I have to reset my password and I have to get in contact with the IT department, the IT department doesn't sound like they're my neighbors. They don't even sound like they're my fellow countrymen. You know what I mean? In conclusion, if you want the money of the American consumer, why the fuck would you not want to hire the American worker? And don't get me started with that bullshit about how people don't want to work, the great resignation, this and that. People simply do not want to work for the shit wages that you're offering. But of course, other people are more desperate than us, and the shit wages that you offer them is a big deal to them. But how is that fixing domestic problems? That's what I don't understand. In the world of economics and politics, I will never understand how, in the name of competitiveness, competitive edge, the first things to go is quality and your labor. Sure, labor is expensive. So what? Maybe use the money that you use to lobby politicians for us to get the things that might make it cheaper for you to hire us. Say, healthcare is that expensive for you to provide for your full-time workers? Lobby these clowns to have a better version of healthcare. Perhaps one in which this stupid rich country just grants it to its citizens. We're already paying taxes just for existing. So those taxes, I want to see them working for me. Especially if you as a politician call yourself someone who is supposed to be working for me. I don't get it. How are you working for me? You're just representing me. But how do you know what I need and what I want? And whatever I tell you I need and want, you're not going to give it to me. Because collectively, we all don't agree on what our needs are because we are different. Like, my needs as a poor person are not going to be the same needs as the rich person. You cannot put me and my rich neighbor in the same category just because we live in the same precinct. Make that distinction. Maybe you personally need to come over here, knock on my door, and find out who the fuck I am. I'll never understand that, the whole, we gotta outsource workers because it's expensive to have American workers. Why does everything have to suck around here? Everything around here just feels like it's done in bad faith. Nobody will convince me otherwise. You guys who are much wiser than me, much smarter than me, please explain that to me. This is one of those questions I wish I could ask my grandfather because he really had a way of simplifying political topics in a way that made sense. And I'll never forget how he explained to mom, and then by extension to me, what having a bank account is and does and how it works over time.